Audience member number 1 and number 2. They shape our lives, encourage us, and fill us with wisdom. I'm sure that everyone in here has had a teacher before. Someone who has taught you how to spell, write, do addition, and most importantly, how to think outside the box. To me personally, teachers in my life have gone above and beyond their job description to push me to do my very best in the classroom, the hallways, and in life in general. Because teachers are an asset to pupils in order to train them to become independent thinkers and make an impact on the world, teachers deserve to be paid more than they are now. First, I will talk about how teachers fuel students' learning. Next, I will talk about how teachers do far more work than what they are paid for. And finally, I will talk about how they instill character and morals that are needed to tackle real-world problems. To start, teachers should be paid more because they fuel students' minds. Aurora from the Chicago Tribune says that students learn from difficult problems in the community and the world. As a teacher, Aurora did not want to deprive her students of their curious nature, so she instead created trips and experiments to allow their creative side to flow more freely. By allowing her students to address work in their own way, she gives them the boost they need so that they can broaden their knowledge based on their own understanding. Aurora says, "I thought that there has to be something they can do instead of just sitting. Teachers like Aurora give proof that learning can help students want to get more out of their education and make learning fun for them in the process. Most teachers try to set traditional teaching techniques aside and get creative while doing so. Teachers that use this creative process take time out of their already hectic schedules and own lives in order to make learning a truly exciting time. According to Janelle Cox from Teach Hub, if we want our students to stay motivated and engaged, that it is essential to make learning fun. Cox realizes that even though creating lesson plans can be tedious, it can also be very rewarding. However, without proper funding, teachers dip into their own personal finances to fund student learning. If teachers spend their free time and own money to help establish a more creative classroom, then teachers deserve to be paid more and rewarded for their efforts. Next, teachers deserve to be paid more because they do far more than what they are paid to do. A lot of teachers put more into their jobs than what is necessarily in their job description. They may help notice students who have trouble at home and get a counselor for them, or even feed and clothe them. According to Christopher Dawson from CNN, teachers are striking for higher wages but not at the expense of hungry kids. Teachers in West Virginia packed lunch bags for hungry children to ensure that the kids would at least have something to eat. They are people too and understand if a student has a rough home life or is going through a rough patch in general. Even if they go without, they make sure that students' needs come before their own. In the case of poverty, many students have a limited amount of experiences. Some teachers will reach out to parents and help them find better paying jobs or even take in the kids as their own. Also, teachers spend much of their time outside the classroom preparing lessons, grading assignments, and helping students better understand the material. In conjunction with fueling students' minds, teachers should get a pay raise for what they do outside of the classroom. Lastly, teachers deserve to get paid more because they instill character and morals needed to tackle real-world problems. Often, more times than not, learning material straight from a book is not beneficial for outside dilemmas. You can learn how to balance chemical equations or how to solve derivatives, but book knowledge can sometimes not compare to real-world knowledge. Teachers can share stories with students, teach them how to do taxes, or even how to cook for themselves. A lot of students leave school knowing more about things books that could never teach them just because they had a good teacher. An example is how to handle bullying. According to Michael Linson from Smart Classroom Management, you are a better, more influential position to stop bullying than any principal or administrator. If you refer to the image displayed, you will see where a teacher designed a poster to report bullying after a student came to her in secret. The teacher sets a great example of how to treat others and how to handle bullying. Teachers deserve pay raises because they teach students valuable lessons. Moreover, teachers deserve pay raises because they fuel students' learning, do far more than what they are paid for, and instill character and morals needed to tackle real-world problems. I know that you all have been affected positively by a teacher at some point in your life. It is important to understand the sacrifices these people have made for us and recognize that their efforts need to be rewarded. Teachers being paid more would help them be able to provide students with more resources and prepare the upcoming generation for problems that only they can solve. Thank you for listening to the information that I have given you today. I hope you now also realize the important role teachers play in our lives and how they deserve better salaries for their accomplishments. So, if you ever find yourself wondering what you can do to repay your teachers, just remember, it's all about the Benjamins.